Yo, it's your boy Cheese, Cedric, Kansas City Mo, and today I want to talk about a couple of theories on what I believe the story could be for GTA 6. Now, all of these are completely fabricated, not fabricated, but speculation pulled out of nowhere with slight inspiration from like the screenshots, the trailers, and just Rockstar, what they like to do historically or how they've moved in the past. So, that being said, enjoy the previous Grand Theft Auto trailers playing in the background as I talk here. So, first theory is Bonnie and Clyde, right? Like, that's obviously fake. I feel like that's obviously fake. Like, whatever Rockstar is leading us to believe is usually not the case. Now, how it's fake, I don't know yet. That's where I'll look to y'all for inspiration. But, like, they want us to believe it's Jason and Lucia against the world. But both of their backstories kind of lean against that. Jason wants the easy life, and Lucia wants the life that her mama always wanted. Neither one of those are the same, or they could be completely different. So, you know, GTA 5 was marketed as three guys, doing heists. Red Dead was marketed as outlaws on the run. And both of them turned out to be about loyalty and betrayal. I think this will be no different. Especially in trailer one, they're like, trust, trust. And whatever their relationship meter, which is also speculated, will be centered around trust. I believe there might be someone behind the scenes manipulating Jason or Lucia, or both, manipulating both of them or playing them against each other. One thing I noticed across all the screenshots in the trailers is we interact with a lot of different levels of criminal enterprise: gangsters, businessmen, nightclub owners, bikers. There is some sort of election going on, so it could be some government officials, big business, drug traffickers like Brian. Like, there's no identified big bad role or, villain in this particular, at this point in the game. So I think it might just be like multiple levels of corruption, or multiple, like, we just keep leveling up, right? It starts with a score going wrong. When that score goes wrong, we get into the big leagues somehow, and then the bigger leagues and the bigger leagues. Like, GTA 4 kept revealing higher and higher levels of corruption. GTA 5 was the same way, with exposing the FIB, the IAA, then Merriweather, Devin Heston, or I'm sorry, Devin Weston. It just keeps leveling up. It keeps evolving. So I think it's multiple antagonists across the various chapters. Since we've been confirmed that there will be chapters, I think each chapter will be confronted with a different level of adversary or adversity, right? Another theory, which I feel like is too obvious, is Jason is law enforcement or working with law enforcement. We see a lot of dialogue and body language and some of the promotional material that speculates that he's like working with the police. We see the guy with the backwards hat and the body armor. Then we see Jason with the backwards hat and the body armor. I think that's too obvious, right? Some places where Rockstar has done this in the past was San Andreas, where, Tenpenny was manipulating CJ. The government agency is always messing with Nico in Grand Theft Auto 4. And then, of course, the FIB forcing Michael and Trevor and Franklin to do jobs. So I could see them playing in this direction, but I feel like it's just a little too obvious. Something that is probably more obvious, or less obvious, or more obvious, because this is all speculation, is Lucy is the one working with law enforcement, right? She got out of jail on pure luck. Like, what does that mean? Anybody who know you in the streets, like, that's never a viable answer for getting out of jail, right? So she could be the one who is working with the authorities, the mastermind behind the whole thing, or if she's not working with the authorities, she's not Bonnie, she's Clyde, and Jason is Bonnie, right? Jason wanted the easy life. Lucia has a plan, as we know from her bio, and she's always like out front, right? Like if you look at them busting into the store, she's in front. She seems more authoritative. She seems more like experienced, where Jason's kind of more reactionary, like, oh, okay, we're doing this thing, like, I don't know. I just feel like she's leading off, like they're playing us on that one, I believe, in my heart of hearts. So we'll see about that. I think Lucia's more than meets the eye. Another take on not necessarily a theory, but Leonida itself is the main character. I think if they are Bonnie and Clyde, if that does turn out to be true, they die in the end, right? We can easily play as somebody else. And then the real protagonist is the world that Rockstar has built. Like we've seen all of the patents and all of the effort that they went into building this world, like bringing it to life. And we could probably play as multiple people. Like I feel like they went from GTA 5 13 years ago playing as 3 people. Like that was a huge deal, and now they're gonna cut us back to 2 people. I don't know how I feel about that. So what's that game? Rockstar or not Rockstar? Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs is where you can play as every NPC. You can control every NPC to a certain degree. So, and given the detail that they are giving into NPCs, I feel like that's definitely something they probably won't go into it as that they probably won't do it that in depth where you can play as everyone. But I mean, I feel like Jason and Lucia might be small potatoes, especially since they've leaked. There was somewhere documented that I seen where it was like Rockstar doesn't like they'll completely change everything that they were doing to spite leaks, right? Just to be spiteful. So I can see them doing something like just whatever we think, they just go in the opposite direction. You know what I mean? So the world, I think, plays a bigger role, right? Another thing to take into consideration is social media. Like I know in trailer one, the vast majority of it was social media. So I don't think that's a gimmick, you know? I think that it will. Okay, so picture this. You robbing a liquor store, and then you immediately see Florida couple goes viral, right? Like modern day Bunny and Clyde. They were all over the news. They were r- widely publicized, right? And your reputation spreads because some NPC filmed it or multiple NPCs filmed it to where any action that you take, you'll have to take it'll have to be carefully planned out or you have to take a lot into consideration outside of like police, right? Like you have to take into consideration who's in the store, do they have phones, time of day, as far as daylight, nighttime. Like there's a lot that I think this social media aspect is gonna play into the whole thing, personally. That'd be similar to the witness system in RDR2, right? But nowadays everybody has a phone. So it's not just the witness system in RDR2 where you're in the woods and you just 1 or 2 people saw it and you can take them out. Excuse me. You can take them out before it becomes a thing. I think that now everybody has a phone. I still haven't seen the leaks. I'm not even at this point. I feel like it's too late to try to see the leaks. But people talked about zip ties and taking stuff from the hostages or the people within the diner or whatever. So you have to take a lot of that into consideration. Last theory, and like I said, it's not really a theory, but I kind of mentioned it earlier. I think that the ending won't be good. If you think about GTA 5, GTA 4, RDR, RDR 2, Those are like emotionally gripping, like those are telling endings. You know what I mean? Like it's not just rainbows and sunshine. Like there are some options where you can keep everybody alive in GTA 5, but you know what I mean? Like, do you really want to? Based on the decisions? Like Michael ratted all of his people out. Trevor mourned for this dude. You know? Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think if it is Bonnie and Clyde, like I said, Bonnie and Clyde did not end good, right? Think about John Marston, Arthur Morgan, Nico Bellic. Like I said, Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. Even the happiest of endings has consequences, you know. So with Jason and Lucia constantly framed together, I think Rockstar really wants us to be emotionally invested in these people to where we got to make an impossible choice, you know. And my prediction is only one of them walks away, or both survive, but they're not together. Like neither gets what they want. Like it's not gonna just be rainbows and sunshine. There's gonna be some emotional element that is gonna rip us apart. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. Like that's how Rockstar likes to do things. So just speculating more. Rockstar keeps showing like the world, mansions, marinas, luxury clubs, swamps, bikers, you know, all of these ports. It feels like not one criminal organization, but it's more like every level of Leonida is corrupt, right? Like I said, we got some sort of political campaign going. We got verified like Booby Ike saying drug money fuels his legitimate businesses. We see the FIB, or not the FIB, but some sort of task force or cops like raiding houses and kicking in doors. Like I just feel like those guys are grimy, like creepy in a little bit of a way. Like I just feel like it's the system. And if you think about every Rockstar game, it's always the system. It's always these guys against the system. And I know that's not a big mic drop or anything like that because it's like, how is it the system? And I think it's going to be telling because how good Rockstar have been historically when it comes to satire and current world events. They had a long time to cook on this. Some crazy presidencies that we've experienced. Like it's a lot of opportunity. They got a lot that they could work with. Like if I'm being 100% honest. So it's going to be interesting. Like I said, everyone from influencers to politicians to gangs to billionaires, it's all connected. You know, like there's certain people with islands that are tied to the presidency that were like down in Florida in some of these like Star Island where Tommy Vercetti used to live. Like I think that they can really like they're just so good at satirizing making it be making it they're so good at making fun of the American institution rather than focusing on a single villain. So we'll see. It'll be fun to watch for sure.